I think you heard in the bio, I'm an NFL referee. And a lot of you watch NFL football and play fantasy football and stuff. And you clapped for me. You don't clap for refs. It's not what we do. So I'm going to say my name again, and I want you to pretend like you just got screwed over, or you did, something happened, or the Chiefs got screwed over, which never happens, I know. And just give me a proper welcome when I say my name with a lot of energy, if you would. My name is Bryan Neale. Thank you. Now we're rolling. Thank you so much. That's so great. The NFL is really popular right now. It's got everybody's attention. The greatest gift I think you can give a stranger is your time and attention. I'm so thankful that you do that for me today. And I hope when you leave here, you just leave a little bit better off than when you got here after we chat together. So why is it so popular? There are two things that make the NFL so popular right now. By the way, I was on a game show. I won a refrigerator on The Price is Right. I have a pocket full of cash, and I bribe my audiences, and I'm not kidding here, so play along. Someone raise your hand, just tell me, why is it so popular? You? What? Tay-Tay? Shit, and Travi? Are you serious? Come on up here. What's your name? Jess, come on up. Clap for Jess. Money, money, money. $50 for Jess. It's real, by the way. It's fun, too, to talk to audiences who are a little younger. They're like, could you Venmo me, please? I don't really do cash, so okay. Whatever. Let's talk about the first domino. This is the part that I think most people fail when it comes to planning. There's a whole lot of people that talk about follow through and all this stuff. But I think either all of you in here have something that you've always talked about doing that you haven't done yet. And you're just the first domino away. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. And I'm going to do it through the lens of my story and my first domino and what pushing a first domino in something you want to do, where it can lead you, and the kind of life experiences it can give you. So there I am. You can go ahead. Oh, it's okay. So that's me, 9 years old. I bounced around. This is my dad. He was a hospital administrator, and he moved around a bunch for his job. He had a master's degree in health administration. I was in 5 different elementary schools in the first 6 years of my life. Always a new kid, really shy, really quiet, stood by myself in the playground a lot, and I just wasn't really just a tough kid like a boy would be, kind of stereotypically. My dad also had another issue. What is that? That's a mugshot. My dad struggled with alcoholism for years and years and years. It wound up getting the best of him. He passed away and died of alcoholism way later in life. But when I was young, he told me one day, come home, put me up on the countertop with my brother and said, hey, your mom and I are going to get divorced. And you're going to move home to our hometown, Evansville, Indiana. He was going to stay up in Indianapolis where we lived, and we were going to see him every other weekend and in the summer, 4 weeks in the summer, and that was the deal. And if you've been through that, you know the moment that your parents told you that they were getting divorced. And if you've been divorced, you know the moment that you told your kids. And for me, I did both. It was the worst day of my life. And so we moved home to Evansville, Indiana, and my grandpa signed me up for Little League football. So these are my coaches. The one on your left in the red, that's Coach Tom, and I want you to remember his name. Coach Tom, he's really important to this story. And the other guys are my high school coaches. And when I moved down and started playing football down in my hometown, I put these pads on. I go out there, it's hotter than hell. And they're like, knock the crap out of that kid. I'm like, okay, and whack. And they go, good job. And I got praise. And it felt good. So I had all these yucky emotions from my parents splitting up. And I could go take them out on some other dude that also had football pads and a helmet on. And I got praise for it. And not that I just get praise for it, but I got praise from father figure type of people. So these cats became my father figures. The guy on the left, Coach Tom, became absolutely one of my earliest father figures I could remember, who would kick my butt when I needed it, and he would tell me he was proud of me when he needed to tell me when he was proud of me. The guys on the right, they were my high school coaches, and all along, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, all the way up, I was hooked to football. I was connected at such a deep level, both from the emotional kudos I got from older men all the way to like having success in my life. I was just so deeply connected. There was one problem when it came time to end football. Do you see the picture on the right? That's a sloth. You know what that means? I was really slow. I'm like really slow. My football coach had funny ways to say things. He had like joke grenades that kind of went off after he said them. He said, Neil, you could run all day in a shoebox. And I'd be like, what? Or he'd say like, Christmas morning gets here quicker than you do. I was like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh, okay. And I have kids now too. I have 3 sons that played football, and it's genetic. And it's my genes, man. I'm like, are you guys seriously trying to run that slow? It's like, you're almost backwards, man. You're almost going backwards. But I had no chance to play college football, none whatsoever. I didn't want to leave the game, though, because I was so emotionally connected to it. So I went back and talked to my coaches, and I said, I want to stay in this. Got any ideas? And they said, here's what you should do. You should get your referee's license. You stay in the game on the field, and you can make beer money in college. I'm like, 2 for 2, I am in. So I hit my first domino. Now, 83 out of 100. What do you suppose that is? That's not the failure rate. It's a good guess. That's the score I got on my rules test to get my official's license to referee high school football in Indiana. 83 out of 100, B minus. Here's what's not up there. It was an open book, true-false test that I had 2 hours to complete, and I still missed 17. So if you want to know what's wrong with sports officiating in the world today, it's because people like me can get a license. But I was just stuck. And this to me is the first big thing, this first domino, to hit this thing to say, I'm going to take the test. A lot of people thought about this. And I go talk to audiences, and people are like, I've always thought about like playing the guitar, right? Or playing the piano or drums or getting your pilot, like I got my pilot's license. Like, is there anyone in here who's like thought about getting your pilot's license and hasn't done it yet? Is anyone in here thought about you have? Will you come up here? You come up here? All right, come on, clap for her. What's your name? Hurry, here we go. What's your name? Where do you live, Sarah? Des Moines? Okay, stay tuned. Come on up, Sarah. You know what's happening, don't you? Hang on, just stay with me. Got to take my glasses off. That's another thing I can't see, right? Des Moines, hang on. Almost there. You're doing awesome, Sarah. She doesn't know what's happening. You're going to love this. Okay, ready?
This call may be monitored and recorded.
You know what's happening now? You still don't know.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
Hang on, Sarah. Let's hope it goes a little quick that I can don't run out of my time. Anybody know what I'm doing here? We'll see what happens. Huh? It's bad hold music, isn't it? You know what's happening? Am I calling what? Am I calling a pilot school? I am calling a pilot school.
Hey, Vertical Visual Academy, how can I help?
Hey, I've got a friend that wants to do a discovery flight standing here with me. Can I schedule that for her?
Hey, I tell you what, I'm just doing driving right now. I'm going to get to the office, I believe, in like 7 minutes.
Okay.
Can I call you back in like 7 minutes?
Yeah, call me back in this number. We're going to set her up and get her up as soon as we can, okay? Her name's Sarah. Her name's Sarah. My name's Bryan. Thanks a bunch. Call me back.
No problem.
Okay, see you, brother. Okay, Sarah's going to go fly an airplane later, and I'm going to pay for it. How about that? You're awesome, okay? It's awesome. You go have a seat. You want some money? You want some money, too? Yeah, you get some money, too. Clap for Sarah. $20. There you go. You're good. Okay, that's first domino stuff, okay? With me now, and everyone's paying attention, like, okay, we're giving out money and flight lessons. I don't know how many flight lessons I've given out, but I've got pictures and videos of people that have gone. I have my first person who I gave a talk to that started their discovery flight that's going to finish their private pilot's license this year. It's just awesome, okay? I do the same thing for like, anybody want to start a podcast? Anybody know the first, you want to start a podcast? You know what the first domino is for podcasting? You tell me, what's the first domino? What do you think it is? Tell me what you think. What? Start talking? You know what you got to do first? Buy equipment. Got to go to Amazon, buy the equipment. Come up here. What's your name? Come up here. Clap for her. Podcast equipment. Amazon dropped it off on the way. Now you have podcast equipment. Congratulations. Now go start your podcast. You're awesome. Clap for her. Isn't this fun? So, I wrote down all these things I wanted to do when I was 19, 31, 36, 41. I wanted to referee the state championship at 31, Big Ten at 36, NFL 41. I wanted to ref the Super Bowl at 51. I didn't know how to do all that stuff. I just went to work, and away it went. For 27 years, I climbed and climbed and climbed and grinded to get to the NFL. On March 22nd, 2014, 11:48 a.m., I'm on a sales training call with my clients. I look down. We call it the 212 effect. That's the New York number from the NFL office. 212 number pops in. Instead of saying goodbye to my clients, I just hung up on them. Went on the other side. It's Dean Blandino. He says, hey, been watching you referee in the Big Ten. We want you to come referee in the NFL. And I did. It was awesome. So here I am having some fun. I get these playoff games. I get a Super Bowl alternate video. You got one job when you're the alternate in the Super Bowl. You stay out of the way. It's job one. Job two, stay out of the way, especially in Andy Reid's Gatorade bath. There's a referee walking by there. That's me. I got in the Gatorade bath. That's not good. That is not good. That is not good. And I had one more thing to do. Remember that? I had patience. I'm having a pretty good year. And if you're a numbers person, which I am, you'll love this. At 11:11 a.m. on January 25th, 2022, I got a call from the wrong guy, but he called me to tell me that he had a couple plays to grade for my divisional game, and I thought I had a chance for the Super Bowl, and he changed his mind and said, you know what, I'm just kidding. I'm not here to talk about your grades. I'm here to tell you you're going to be the umpire on Super Bowl 56. And there, away we went. Best halftime show ever. With me? Anybody? Kendrick Lamar, the old, Snoop, Dre, now we're talking, right? Now it's good, right? That was the thing. That's me saving Aaron Donald in the middle, and it was awesome. I took my high school crew with me, which was just a dream come true, and then had an awesome time. Flash forward, I had a crazy game the next year. I have a great year. I'm working this game. It's the end of the year. It's the year after I worked the Super Bowl. I had the highest high working the Super Bowl. And then I refereed this game. I'll be the umpire number 92 that walks into the stage. You'll see it. Seen that? Damar Hamlin collapsed at my feet. His eyes rolled back in his head. If you don't know what happened here, Damar Hamlin died on the field. He had to become revived. I went from the greatest thing that ever happened in my life to less than a year later, the worst thing that ever happened in my life. If you have kids, you know this. When you bring your kid home from the hospital, you go into its room at some point, you bend down like this, and you look at its chest, and you see if it's breathing, don't you? I did that for Damar. I went into dad mode. Thank God he survived. It was one of the greatest miracles I've ever been a part of. It was an awesome thing, but if you've never seen someone revived in real time, it's a thing. It is a thing, okay? So all these things happened because I pressed the first domino. Now, I gave this talk in my hometown. Guy comes up to me after the talk and says, you talk about Coach Tom? I live next door to Coach Tom. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah. He goes, I don't think he knows you talk about him. I'm like, I know he doesn't. I haven't seen him for 35 years. He's like, well, I think you should come meet him, and you should also know that he's sick, and his lung condition that he had is terminal. So we need to hurry up and do this. So I got a chance to go see Coach Tom. That's my old Little League jersey. Used to hold shoulder pads. Now it holds a dad bod. Just a different bulkiness right down here. And we got to visit together, and it was awesome. About 3 months after this picture was taken, he passed away. His wife called me and said, hey, Tom passed away, and I just want to tell you how great it was for you to go visit with him. It meant so much to him. It was just fantastic. I said, it was for me too. She said, you should also know that while he was in hospice, he wrote 4 letters to people. He wrote one to his wife, one to each of his sons, and she said he wrote one to you. And she mailed this letter to me, and I didn't want to open it until I worked the Super Bowl. So it sat in my closet for 2 years in a FedEx box. And then I got back from the hotel to the hotel after the Super Bowl, and I was by myself, and I cracked this thing open, and I want to read it to you now. It says, Bryan, if you're reading this, I will be gone. I just want to thank you for spending some time in my home remembering our Saints team. I cannot express how much fun it was to recall that special 3 months of our lives. I believe everyone has special times and connections in their lifetimes. You were a special connection for me, as were the other kids on the team. Seeing you wear that jersey brought back a lot of good memories. Life has always had kind of a fabric to me, something you can almost reach out and touch. So you have vivid memories of the good pieces of fabric, and you push the bad pieces into the background. Even though I'm no longer here, the memories of those 3 months will be alive in you and your teammates until we were all gone. To know that I affected one young man's life in a very positive manner, that makes my life seem very worthwhile. The Saints, what a great memory here, Coach always, Tom. So if you would do me the favor this afternoon or later this week, I want all of you to call your Tom, because I know everyone in this room has one. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Thanks for a great day, and I look forward to talking to you down the road. Thank you.